Now since I am not muscular as that of Thor, I am not worthy of picking up the hammer, but what's wrong in modeling the hammer? I mean, yeah. So I went over the internet and found some reference images for the hammer, and don't mind if then I open up a blender and start by adding a cube. I delete the side faces and bevel the corner edges. Then I selected the front vertices, extrude them and scale it down. Now since I'm a kinda lazy person and hate to do work, I won't prefer to model each side of a cube. So Blender makes it easy by providing a mirror modifier. So I created a loop cuts all around the 4 sides of the cube and delete 3/4 part of a cube. Then I add a mirror modifier, enable X, Y and Z axis and do some kind of changes in the cube and apply the mirror modifier. So we got something like this. For the side part, I created more loop cuts, subdivide the edges, give some nice orientation and extrude the 2 upper faces. I again do the same thing for the bottom part. Also, I insert the face along the extruded border and extrude these faces normally inwards. So now we are done with the first part, that is modeling the main cube. Now the upper cylinder and the lower cylinder are left. For upper cylinder, add the cylinder, scale down and keep it on the right position. For the handle part, again add the cylinder and add the subdivision surface modifier. But wait a second, what does subdivision surface modifier means? So this process creates virtual geometry that is generated non-destructively without modifying the original mesh, but it can be converted to the real geometry that you can edit with the apply button. Then I just model the base part with the bevel and loop cut tool and again do the same thing for the upper one. For modeling design over the hammer, I again add a circle, put it on the base of the handle, use the extrude tool and pull up the vertices while enabling the proportional editing. This gives me this type of structure. Then I extrude all the vertices of the circle and then I add the thickness modifier and give it the appropriate thickness. Now it would take quite long to just duplicate this ring and place it all over the handle. So again, as a substitute, Blender provides array modifier, so this allows us to duplicate this at a particular axis. So we just apply the array modifier and state the axis and we are done. We are done with the modeling part and now it's time to apply texture. So I again went over the internet, find some texture images and don't mind if finally I got this 4 texture images over the internet. So I just need to apply these textures as a material, and giving texture is just like a child play for me and it won't take more than 5 minutes.
5 hours later.
Okay, so we have applied the textures after 5 minutes and not 5 hours. And this is a node arrangement for the design. So we have color ramp for adjusting the color, bump modifier for giving the bump, image texture and by the way, all the nose textures is given in the description below so you can check out. Now since Thor is a god of thunder, we need to add some lightnings over the hammer. So for lightning, I add a cylinder, give it a random shape by extruding it, then add a displacement modifier and in texture property I add some noise texture. Then I added the material, gave it blue color, add some emission, decrease the world's brightness, increase the emission strength and then I did some animation stuff and finally I got something like this. Finally in our scene I add the plane, orient the hammer on the plane, add 3 area light, also I add the thunder light and give some animation stuff and finally we are ready with the results.